you? Did I scare you? Oh, don't worry, my little goblins and ghosts, it's me, Mimi! Welcome to our super special, super spooky Halloween episode. Are you ready for a night full of magic, surprises, and maybe even a few tricks? We've got lots of creepy fun in store, so grab your broomsticks, hold on to your hats, and let's get this monster party started. Lulai, are you done getting dressed yet? The kids are here, and we're all waiting. Come on, don't make us start the Halloween fun without you.
Just a second, Mimi. I'm almost ready. You'll never guess what my costume is. It's super cool. You're gonna be so amazed.
He always takes forever with his costume. Let's see if we can get him to hurry up. Shall we count to 3 together? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Lulai!
Whoa! Ta-da! What am I?
A ghost that forgot how to float? Or maybe a runaway bedsheet?
No, Mimi. I'm a super scary ghost. The spookiest one ever.
Well, you definitely scared the floor.
Haha, very funny, Mimi. So, are you ready to go trick-or-treating with me and the kids now? We're going to get so much candy.
Actually, Lulai, I meant to tell you, I can't come with you tonight. My friend Eleanor is going to a Halloween party, and she couldn't find anyone to look after little Gizmo. I couldn't say no, so I offered to babysit him. That's why I won't be able to join you this time.
Wait, what? You're not coming? But Mimi, I mean, it's fine. I wasn't scared or anything, but, you know, it's a lot darker out there tonight.
Hold that thought, Lulai. Someone's at the door. Look who's here. This is Gizmo. Isn't he the cutest little thing? But Lulai, something strange happened. Right before Eleanor left, she mentioned something really odd, like it was no big deal. She said, "Oh, by the way, don't feed Gizmo after midnight. Ever!" And then, before I could ask why, she just disappeared. But never mind that for now. We've got something else to figure out. Don't worry, Lulai. I've got an idea. How about we ask good old Grandpa Grimm to tell us one of his famous Halloween stories? He's the best storyteller around. I'm sure he has just the tale to give you some courage and get you in the spooky spirit.
The Little Ghost and Halloween Night. In a town not far but near and bright lived a little ghost with no fright in sight. He wasn't tall, he wasn't wide, just a tiny ghost trying to hide. "Boo!" he'd cry, but no one screamed. Instead, they laughed, or so it seemed. The little ghost let out a sigh. Being scary's hard to try. With Halloween so close ahead, he stayed at home, hid in his bed. "I'm not spooky, wild, or tall. Will anyone like me at all?" Then came a pumpkin, round and sweet, with glowing eyes and a funny beat. "Come on, my friend, don't you fear. I've got a plan to bring you cheer." Together they walked through the quiet wood, where the trees stood tall, just as they should. The moon was bright, the stars shone too, but little ghost felt a bit too blue. "I'm not like others, fierce and bold. I'm just small, a little cold. How will I ever join the fun when scaring folks I haven't done?" The pumpkin smiled, warm and wide. "You don't need to hide inside. Halloween is more, you see, than just a night for ghosts like me." Through the woods, a sound appeared, a rustling noise, but nothing to fear. And there they saw, amidst the trees, a witch who hummed a song in breeze. "Why, hello there, ghost, so small and bright, and you, dear pumpkin, shining light. What brings you out this Halloween to walk these woods that gleam and green?" The little ghost, he sighed again. "I'm not scary, don't pretend. I don't cackle, I don't roar, I'm just me and nothing more." The witch just chuckled, soft and kind. "Being scary? Oh, never mind. Halloween's for fun and play, not just fright and running away. Some ghosts are big, some witches fly, some pumpkins glow up to the sky, but you, dear ghost, you're just enough. Being yourself is not so tough." So off they went, the witch, the two, walking through the evening dew. The little ghost began to see Halloween was more than he thought it could be. As they reached the town, all bright and grand, the witch pulled out her magic hand. With a flick and a swish, the streetlights glowed, and laughter in the air soon flowed. Children dressed as knights and kings, pirates, bats and fairy wings. No one cared if they were small. Halloween was fun for all. The little ghost looked left and right. His heart began to feel so light. He didn't need to grow or scare, just being himself was rare and fair. He floated high, he twirled around, and all the kids soon gathered round. "Look, a ghost," they squealed with glee. "Will you play and laugh with me?" The little ghost, so shy at first, gave a giggle, his fears dispersed. He played with them, laughed out loud, and soon felt happy, strong and proud. For Halloween it wasn't fright that made it fun through the night. It was joy and fun and friends so true, and being yourself, just being you. So every year from that day on, the little ghost danced until dawn. No need for growls, no need for fear, just laughter and joy year after year. And if you see him, small and bright, on Halloween some spooky night, don't be scared, just say hello and watch him twirl in the moon's glow. For the little ghost had learned the way, that Halloween was more than play. It's the magic of being who you are, whether you're spooky, sweet, or a shining star. So if you're small or feel out of place, just remember that ghost with the happy face. You don't need to be scary or tough or grand. You're perfect, just as you stand. And as the moon rose high and clear, the little ghost whispered in your ear, "Be yourself, don't ever hide. Halloween's a joyful ride."
It was fun playing trick or treat with the other children. But now it's getting pretty late. I wonder if Mimi is still awake. Wow, she's already in bed. Oh, poor little guy. You look hungry, huh? I've got so many sweets, and it wouldn't be fair if I kept them all to myself. Oh no, it's after midnight. Mimi, help! Gizmo's turned into a monster.
Huh. What? What's going on?
I gave Gizmo a treat, and it was after midnight, and now he's a monster. What do we do?
Okay. Deep breaths, Lulai. We definitely can't go downstairs right now. Who knows what that little gremlin's up to?
So, what now?
Well, we can stay up here for now and wait it out. But in the meantime, how about we make something fun? I've got an idea. Let's make some awesome Halloween mummy lanterns while we wait. It'll keep our minds off things. And who knows, maybe the monster version of Gizmo will calm down by the time we're done.
Halloween mummy lanterns? Okay. I guess that sounds kinda cool. But what if Gizmo tries to eat us next?
Don't worry, Lulai. As long as we stay up here and keep our hands away from his treats, we'll be fine. All we need for our creepy mummy lamps are a few empty glasses, gauze bandages, and a few self-adhesive wiggly eyes.
Hey, Mimi, wanna hear a mummy joke? All right, here it goes. Why don't mummies ever take time off?
I didn't even say yes, but okay, I have no idea, Lulai. So why?
Because they're afraid to unwind.
Now I simply wrap the gauze bandage around the jars until they are completely covered and simply stuff the last end of the gauze bandage between a piece of fabric so that it holds in place. Lulai, could you please give me 2 wobbly eyes?
Of course, here they are.
I'll stick them on the mummy, and then I'll put a little lamp in. And voila, our first mummy is ready. Did you know, little ghouls and goblins, that mummies weren't always just spooky creatures in bandages? Nope. A long, long time ago, in ancient Egypt, people would wrap up their kings and queens in those bandages to keep them safe forever, like the world's oldest Halloween costume. And guess what? They believed that mummies could come back to life in the afterworld. But don't worry, they weren't out to scare anyone. They just wanted to relax in their pyramid homes and maybe enjoy a nice quiet eternity nap. So next time you see a mummy, remember, they're just looking for a comfy place to sleep, not to spook anyone.
Oh, mummies? I know all about them. They were just really, really old people who got so tired from all the pyramids they had to build, they wrapped themselves up in bandages to stay warm. And obviously, they ate nothing but raisins because, you know, raisins are just old grapes, and mummies are old people. Makes sense, right? And then they'd spend all day playing hide and seek in their tombs, waiting for someone to open the door so they could shout, "Surprise! I'm still here."
Lulai, I think you've been reading the wrong history books again. Lulai, you really need to stop getting your history lessons from comic books. Next thing you'll tell me is that pyramids were just giant triangle-shaped pizzas.
Well, duh. They were. I mean, how else do you explain the pyramid's shape? Obviously, the ancient Egyptians loved pizza, and they made them huge because they had massive dinner parties. Everyone knows that.
Oh, really? So, I guess the Sphinx was their giant pizza delivery driver, right? He's just waiting outside the pyramids like, "Order up."
Exactly. And when the pharaohs weren't eating pizza, they were using the pyramids as giant slides. That's why they're so smooth on the sides. Perfect for sliding down when you're bored. History 101.
Well, that explains so much. You should write a history book, Lulai. It could be called Lulai's Legends, How Pizza Built the Pyramids. Coming soon to a bookstore near you. Best-selling nonsense guaranteed.
I just had an eye in my hand, but where is it gone? I can't see it anymore.
What do you think, Lulai? Pretty spooky, huh?
Yeah, they're cool. But what if Gizmo bursts in here? He's probably still down there, being all monstery.
Don't worry, Lulai. We're safe up here. And I have just the thing to help you relax.
What is it?
A song, of course. A special Halloween lullaby, just for you. I think you'll like it. Ready?
We put on capes, masks, and hats, monsters, witches, spooky cats. We stomp around from door to door, shouting trick or treat once more. We're little monsters, can't you see? Out for sweets, so full of glee. Trick or treat, give us something sweet with full candy bags. It's such a treat. Vampires, ghosts, and creatures creep while all the neighbors are half asleep. Pumpkin faces glow so bright, lighting up the spooky night. We're little monsters, can't you see? Out for sweets, so full of glee. Trick or treat, give us something sweet with full candy bags. Every step our bags grow wide, candies, chocolates all inside. Monster sharing, being fair, let's have a feast and all prepare. We're little monsters, can't you see? Out for sweets so full of glee. Trick or treat, give us something sweet. With full candy bags, it's such a treat. Now the night is nearly done, but oh, we've had so much fun. Sharing sweets, we laugh and grin. Halloween night, let's do it again. We're little monsters, can't you see? Out for sweets so full of glee. Trick or treat, give us something sweet. With full candy bags, it's such a treat. Come on, monsters, sing along. Let's all join in, loud and strong. We're little monsters, can't you see? Out for sweets so full of glee. Trick or treat, give us something sweet. With full candy bags, it's such a treat.
See? A little music always helps. And hey, with our mummy lanterns glowing and that song stuck in your head, there's no way any monsters will bother us now. You know what? I think it's time we go downstairs and see what Gizmo's up to. What do you say? Ready to face the monster?
Yeah, sure. But I'm sticking right behind you.
Oh, look! He's back to normal. I guess the little monster wore himself out.
Whew! I was really worried for a second there. You've been through a lot, Gizmo. Here, you deserve another treat. Ugh, how did this happen? I was just trying to wrap the lantern, not myself. Hey, Mimi! Mimi! Okay, Lulai, you can do this. Just a quick twist and... Whoa! Wait. Don't leave me here like this. Kids, help! Please, I'm stuck. You can't just... No, not the darkness. Come on, don't let it end like this. Someone untangle me. Hello? Hello?